Okay, I'm gonna try to do this fast, but I'm just making a video where I just want to explain why I'm deciding to have orthognathic surgery. First of all, I've known for about 10 years that I've had a jaw issue. I saw an orthodontist. I started seeing an orthodontist about 10 years ago. I had braces and I had 4 premolars removed to try to compensate my bite for my jaw issue, and for a while it did work because my bite wasn't as severe as it is now. It did get worse over the years, but what happened was we compensated for my bite issue, and I still had speech problems because of it, but I lived with it, and it wasn't a big deal until a few years ago when it started to get really bad. A few years ago, that's when my bite started to open again, and if I look at pictures, like, my bite was pretty closed, but I always had an underbite because I guess my lower jaw just grew out like that. But looking at pictures, my bite just started to open. I started to get more of an interior open bite. So that's what happened, like, over time, and that's after having braces and going through, like, that whole ordeal and trying to have my bite fixed with braces without having surgery. What ended up happening is it just ended up getting a lot worse. So now it's gotten to the point where I had an open bite. I think it was at like 3 millimeters open, and it was about 3 millimeters open, and I had the underbite as well, and it was causing all kinds of problems. Like, the main reason why I decided to look into orthognathic surgery because I was terrified of it, and when I was told, like, over 10 years ago that I would probably need jaw surgery, I just kind of was like, no, I'm never going to do it. But what ended up happening was, over time, I started to just develop problems related to my jaw that I didn't know were caused by my jaw, but as it turns out, it was just my jaw was getting a lot worse. And I get a lot of TMJ pain, and if you don't know what that is, it's the joints, like, up here. It's a temporomandibular joint, I think. And it's really, really awful. Anyone who has TMJ pain, you know how horrible it is, because I take painkillers all the time. I really hate it, but I have to take painkillers almost every day because it's hard to live without them. My TMJ is so bad. Like, my pain is the worst at night. Sometimes I wake up and I feel really, really awful, but at night it takes me a really long time to fall asleep. Some nights I can't even fall asleep. When I fall asleep on my side, because my jaws don't close, I find my TMJ feels a lot worse. If I fall asleep on my back, then I'm risking the chance of my sleep apnea kind of triggering. I used to get sleep apnea episodes a few years ago a lot, where I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I felt like it was almost like my throat had collapsed on itself because I couldn't breathe. Like, I would try and nothing was happening, and then it sort of stopped, and now it happened again, like, the other night. So I'm kind of worried about that. Like, all of these problems, we'll see what happens after surgery. Hopefully a majority of them will be fixed, because my jaws not being in alignment can cause a lot of issues. I've also had a lot of chewing trouble because my bite was open, so, and because of the underbite on this side, I have no contact on this side at all. Like, if I chew things, it just doesn't happen. Nothing's really happening. On this side, though, I can chew with my back molars, so it pretty much has grinded my teeth down. My teeth are, like, my molars have undergone a lot of damage from grinding. Other than that, yeah, like, there is the whole cosmetic aspect to it, but the cosmetic aspect wasn't as big of a deal, like, nearly for me in my decision as it is for some other people who aren't having the TMJ problems and aren't having the headaches and the neck pain and the, like, all the issues caused by, like, having TMJ issues. But for me, that was, like, the number one thing. I was like, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm exhausted. I feel like shit every day of my life. It's really, really, really hard to deal with. And, you know, I've had speech issues my whole life because of my bite not closing, which isn't something fun either. And you know what, like, people can say whatever, oh, that's who you are, blah, 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 that's how you're born, but it's not normal, and my jaw didn't develop normally. And to me, that's something, like, I want to feel normal. Also, so the cosmetic aspect of it, yeah, like I have a convex profile. I'm becoming more retrographic in the upper jaw, so it's caving in more now because of the decompensation. I have like really poor lip competence, and my chin is like non-existent from the side, like it's convex. Um, so we're gonna fix that during surgery too. Um, but yeah, like my profile has just become convex over the years because of the jaw issues, which is common with anterior open bites. The underbite, it's kind of weird. I don't know why exactly I have an underbite. Like I have an underbite, it's more severe on this side, and I have an anterior open bite, and I do have a crossbite. We don't know why that happened. Like I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know if it's just like environmental factors or what it is, or if it's a combination. But that's what's happened. And I've had a really bad tongue thrusting problem because I can't actually breathe through my nose. I am a mouth breather, so my tongue can't actually fit on my palate, especially with my top jaw being retrographic. So I kind of have a habit of leaving it at the bottom of my mouth, and I'm sure that it has pushed at my teeth over the years, and it hasn't really been good um, for anything. But that's pretty much, I just wanted to say to people that, yeah, like a lot of people watch my videos, and a lot of people watch a lot of people's videos that are undergoing orthognathic surgery, jaw surgery, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, they kind of criticize them for it when honestly, like, you shouldn't criticize someone unless you're in their shoes and you're living their life and you know exactly what it's like, because for me it sucks. I'm 25 and I've spent like a few years of my life pretty much having headaches and neck pain and jaw pain every day, and